Today Bungie released an article, Heresy Crucible updates from the Crucible strike team, and there's tons of information. Trials completely reworked, moving away from a flawless base system to a get 7 wins and a card system. This rewards win streaks with multiple tiers and exclusive new rewards you won't want to miss. It also provides an alternative experience closer to Iron Banner. There's an entire competitive rework with different rewards, playlist reorganization, sandbox ability updates, quality of life improvements, and much more. Welcome Guardians, let's dive right in. So let's first begin with Trials of Osiris and the changes coming in Heresy. First we'll start with the high-level overview and then dive more deeper in. So for the Trials rework in Heresy, Bungie wants to move Trials away from a flawless base system to a get 7 wins and a card system. This will now reward win streaks with multiple tiers and exclusive aesthetic rewards for higher win streaks. This provides a selectable alternative experience that is closer to Iron Banner in terms of reward structure and matchmaking to get more players into the Trials ecosystem. They've added some new rewards including an armor set, ghost shell, ship, sparrow, and emblem, and they plan to simplify engagement and matchmaking systems. They want to reorganize playlists to represent the best experience Destiny PvP can offer without splitting the population into too many separate slices. Like introducing Iron Banner Quick Play, which offers more relaxed variant of Iron Banner, using open skill matchmaking to provide minimal stratification and a focus on less serious game modes. And ability sandbox updates, there's general changes to baseline Crucible ability cooldown penalty, which has been increased from 15 to 20 and supers to 20 to 25. Prismatic unpowered knockout melees no longer spawn diamond lances on kills. Active energy refunded on Prismatic decreased by 20% in Crucible. And they also added a 10% cooldown penalty to supers so that there is more of a trade-off to picking these subclasses in modes where super timing can be important, like Trials or Competitive. So now we'll dive more deeper, starting with the Trials of Osiris. They say Trials is mainly perceived as simply not fun or rewarding for average or below average players. In terms of rewards, there's been a lack of new aesthetic rewards, especially motivational ones for high skill players, and the weapon rewards have not consistently been best in class. So instead, Bungie will be focusing on rewarding all players while giving exclusive aesthetic rewards to those who dominate the highest skill, streamlining the matchmaking states to make it more obvious how you are being matched with opponents, and improve the game mode rules to encourage a focus on fighting first and zone control second, while still directing players to points of conflict around the map and engaging aggressive play over passivity. So Bungie is moving to offer a handful of different experiences with Trials, so players can choose in which way they want to participate. To help simplify the process, they've reduced the number of passages available from Saint to 2, one for each initial experience. So you'll have 2 main experiences. First is the Lighthouse Passage. Win 7 games to access the Lighthouse. Losses no longer matter as long as 7 wins are achieved. This has open skill matchmaking, and for rewards you can get repeatable rewards including base Trials weapons, armor, enhancement prisms, Osirian ciphers, and chances for adept Trials weapons. You can also get weekly win streak rewards, which are special rewards for streaks from 1 to 7 wins, such as unique glows, adept mods, Trials cosmetics, and other rare items. Players will be able to reset the passage to try for unclaimed weekly rewards. So you can see the different rewards for certain win streaks. You start off with enhancement cores, ascendant shards, ghost shells, and as you move on, the rewards increase. More Osirian ciphers, Trials armor, different types of glows. After you've earned access to the Lighthouse, your passage will change to a completed Lighthouse passage. This will then utilize weekly performance-based matchmaking if everyone on your fire team is on said completed Lighthouse, Flawless, or Trials passage. It utilizes open skill if anyone on your team is still in the Lighthouse passage and hasn't completed it yet. Players who have earned all 7 weekly win streak rewards will be awarded a Flawless passage. And all the repeatable Lighthouse chest rewards will be folded into their post-win drop chances, alongside higher chances to earn cosmetics and the new Trials emblem. This focuses on continuous win streaks instead of the multiple Lighthouse visits. This also utilizes weekly performance-based matchmaking if everyone in your fire team is on a completed Lighthouse, Flawless, or Trials passage. But this is sort of a hybrid system that might fall back on the open skill system if necessary. For this passage, the Flawless passage, you'll get enhanced rewards and chances for exclusive rewards too, including new Trials emblems, adept weapons, and cosmetics. There's then the Trials of Osiris passage, which is the casual or more friendly option. This is for players of any skill level and it's more of a low-pressure experience. It has weekly performance-based matchmaking for fairer games. Wins can get you reputation, engrams, trials weapons, and progress toward unique cosmetics. Losses also give you reputation and reward chances too, so a little more forgiving. Full fire teams and clanmates earn bonus rewards. Here's a look at some of the new cosmetics, including the Hunter Titan Warlock armor, some of the weapons, and spare you can see in the background. Cosmetics are now earned on a point system. Players earn points by completing challenges, winning games, or opening Lighthouse chests. Higher total points exponentially increase the chance of earning a cosmetic, and reaching 1,000 points in a pool will guarantee a cosmetic, after which points reset. In the cosmetic pools, you can get vehicles like ships or sparrows, ghost shells, and there's a knockout system to ensure there's no duplicates, so eventually you'll get all the items. To start the episode in terms of weapons, they'll be bringing back Exalted Truth with some great new perk combos. They'll also be introducing the new sniper rifle Keen Thistle. Triple tap and 4th times may catch your eye, but after the recent sniper buffs, don't sleep on Discord Incandescent. Here are those weapons and the perks they can drop with. They'll also be adding a 3rd weapon to this group later in the episode as part of a late season refresh, the Inquisitor Arc Precision Slug Shotgun. Going along with this, they've increased the Osirian Cypher's cap to 30 from 10. They've removed the requirement to earn the adept weapon each week, and now it only needs to be earned once and then can be focused in subsequent weeks when it is the featured weapon. The Pinnacle challenges remain unchanged in terms of how they are completed, but they now grant a piece of Trials armor in addition to Pinnacle gear. In terms of reputation, they've increased the amount of reputation gained on losses by 10 times and added a new bonus that is earned by playing in a fire team with clanmates. For base rewards, they've added a new set of base rewards for wins and losses that will be added to the existing Trio's completion rewards, but for players in any fire team configuration. Dominion has some quality of life changes. Zone now spawns after 40 seconds instead of 30, the zone takes 20 seconds to capture up from 15, and neutral special ammo crate spawns at 30 seconds instead of 20. There's an entire section about fire team based matchmaking changes. I'm not going to read every line of text here, but here are the basic changes and I'll throw it up on screen. For Heresy in Act 2, duos will be able to match with trios. This is both in trials and competitive playlists. Solo players filling a duos team against trios will receive loss forgiveness for that match, provided that they don't quit, go AFK, or intentionally throw the game. Bungie wants to encourage more players to form full fire teams and improve the experience for solo players matched with or against fire teams. There's also been some changes to skill reworks and player score stat. So objectives will now contribute as much as kills to skill ratings. So those of you that don't capture points, you might want to start. Kills tied to objectives, like stopping an enemy from capturing a zone, will be worth more than standard kills. giving those kill-only players a further incentive to stay near the objective and maybe even capture it for once. This will appear in a new objective defeat stat on the scoreboard. Next to that, stats like damage dealt or revives and longest kill streak will no longer affect your skill ratings, but will still appear for informational purposes. Now on to competitive changes for the Crucible. First on the list, a points rework. For Heresy, Bungie has removed the expected rank system entirely and streamlined the point gains and losses. So players must win more than they lose to climb ranks, and there's no automatic boost based on perceived rank. For wins and losses, the base value is 100 points plus or minus. Performance bonus is linked to players' score and efficiency. Above average performance will give you +1 to +10, average gives you 0, and below average -1 to -10. There's a contribution scaler which modifies the performance bonus and exists to reward players who had an outsized effect on their team. This is only a positive effect. This cannot negatively decrease your performance below -10 limit. And there's also a skill modifier based on the opposing team's average skill compared to your fire team's average skill. Capped at -20 to +20, but based on current stats, 97% of games will award between -10 and +10. Let's talk about competitive rewards. To start, they're very excited to introduce the second ever PR-55 frame pulse rifle, Redrix's stock. This is a stasis frame pulse rifle and has the following perks. There's also a new emblem called Winner's Circle, which you can get by earning Ascendant 3. And when Heresy Act 2 goes live, they'll be raising the maximum rank cap from 10,000 to 15,000, allowing players at max rank to climb to new Ascendant 0 division. Wins while in the Ascendant 0 rank will give you points progress in the same manner as to Trials aesthetic rewards towards earning the new Darkest Night emblem. And the higher your rank, the more points you get for wins. There's been some small quality of life changes to competitive too, like the zone logic. New zones will no longer spawn near the currently active zones. Others, like the quit protection timer, has been extended to 90 seconds. There's also a new mode called Slow Capture Collision, where zones take significantly longer to capture, and captured zones award 1 point before the zone rotates to a new location. First team to capture 7 zones will win. Crucible playlists are being reorganized into 3 categories: the core game modes, quick play rotators, and events. Quick play will have your open skill matchmaking divided into 3 different sections: quick play 6v6, small team quick play which is 2v2 4v4, and modified quick play 3v3 6v6. And as for events, as they've been doing with Iron Banner and Trials, events will now replace the most closely related existing node for the duration of their run. The biggest change is that Iron Banner is being reverted to a 1-week event rather than 2. There's also a new playlist being added, like Iron Banner Quick Play Rotator. This is more of a party-style version of Iron Banner with modes like Eruption, Fortress, Tribute, and Rift. Lockdown is a round-based zone control mode with a unique twist. You can win instantly if you capture all 3 zones, or if you control 2 zones longer than your opponents, you win by the score. There's Checkmate Throwback 4v4, where you have penalized ability cooldowns, the special ammo meter sort of reverted to the original values, and some modified weapon damage for tactical engagements. Lastly, they have Hardware Hardcore, a 3v3 mode which is a Trials-style experience without abilities or respawns. This will have elimination, dominion, and countdown modes. So if you're interested in a Destiny Crucible experience with pure weapons, this might be the mode for you. And lastly, there's some general Crucible quality of life updates like lobby balancing, map weighting, and some game mode rules. So that brings us to the end of this massive update, and Bungie at the end here says this isn't all. They're looking forward to more in Frontiers and will have more to share soon. Like the special ammo meter, which will be making its return completely rebuilt, with significantly more tuning levers and much less likelihood of causing local lag spikes or granting infinite ammo. But if you'd like to see some more Destiny lore, news, and mysteries like this video, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.